damage right here to the left front of Ryan Newman's car. Again, Ryan Newman, a tough finish finishing last at Daytona and Talladega last year. That 27 cars involved in that. That's the most ever. That is the biggest of the big ones. 24 cars involved in the wreck last year. We go back upstairs and rejoin Mike.
Hi, this is Ella, and you're listening to Fred. Starting right now. Here's your host Alfredo Leon.
Jack Sprague and Jeff Burton's cars are still under repair. The cars that have been withdrawn.
Thank you, Ella. And we're back. As if you hear the background noise, that's because I'm watching, listening to an old race from 2003. In 2003, Aaron's 499, watching it right now. But we got breaking news, though, as former NASCAR champion Matt Kenseth is coming out of retirement again to compete for Chip Ganassi Racing as a replacement for fired driver Kyle Larson. Larson lost his job 2 weeks ago for using a racial slur while competing in an iRacing race. Although Ganassi development driver Ross Chastain was assumed to be the leading candidate to replace Larson in the number 42 Chevrolet, the team instead announced today, Monday, it will go with the two-time Daytona 500 winner. Here is Ganassi's statement about this move to the Associated Press. I think Matt gives us the best chance to win, run up front, and compete for wins, Ganassi said. I've always gone with the mantra of trying to take the best driver available, and he's the best driver available right now. Stability, no baggage, family man, Daytona 500 winner, championship winner. Kenseth is in a class of drivers that includes Hall of Famers Dale Earnhardt, Jeff Gordon, Richard Petty, and David Pearson as the only competitors to win a Cup Series championship, Rookie of the Year award, and the Daytona 500. Ganassi said the team will petition NASCAR a waiver to make Kenseth, the 2003 Cup champion, eligible to race for the championship this season. NASCAR completed just 4 of its 36 races before the season was suspended due to the coronavirus pandemic. Kenseth retired from Jokic Racing after the 2017 season, but came back for 15 races to drive for Roush Fenway Racing, his original Cup team, which he last drove for in 2018. He turned 48 on March 10th. He was Cup Rookie of the Year in 2000, driving for Roush, where he won his only Cup championship. He has 39 career victories and won a Daytona 500 in 2009 and 2012. Kenseth joined Gibbs in 2013 and was an immediate title contender. He qualified for the playoffs, which began the year after he won the Cup title, without winning a race, and every season he was eligible, but won. He also won 15 races in 5 full-time seasons, driving for Gibbs, and runner-up for the title in 2013, the year he won 7 races. And when he last drove in 2018, he drove that 6th car with 15 races. Here's Kenseth's statement on driving a 42 car for Ganassi. This was an unexpected opportunity for sure, Kenseth said in the release given by the organization. I can't say racing was even on my radar 2 weeks ago. After spending some time thinking about it and the unique circumstances surrounding all of us right now, it just seemed the timing and the opportunity was perfect to come back. I know I have a lot of work ahead of me to get up to speed in a relatively short period of time, but I'm looking forward to the challenge. Here's more from Kenseth. I'm excited to work with Kurt Busch again and to meet all my new CGR team members, and I'm really looking forward to getting back in a Chevrolet. In 1988, I started my career in a Camaro, and I can't wait to finally race a Chevy in the Cup Series. I also need to thank Chip and all his partners for this opportunity. Hopefully, we will be back on the track soon. I had no idea this was coming. This came completely out of left field. I had no idea that this would happen. It was totally shocking. He pulled a Michael Jordan, a Brett Favre. I mean, what other athletes retire more than one time and then come back again? And Kenseth did that. I was definitely not expecting this. I thought it was Ross Chastain. It seemed like it would be a done deal. He's a development driver. But the logical reason why Kenseth was chosen is probably because they didn't think Ganassi didn't want to rush Chastain, and plus he is competing for a championship in the Xfinity Series driving for Colic Racing. So maybe the thing is they don't want him to rush him in, and then maybe that's the reason for it, I guess. But the thing is, though, he did fill it for Ryan Newman, though, which is weird why he just wouldn't go straight to the 42 instead of just being stuck in the Xfinity Series, but it is what it is there as well. Definitely, I can't believe Kenseth is coming back, and I'm sure a lot of people are excited, especially Eric Estep, who's a big Matt Kenseth fan. And it's pretty cool to see that he's back on the track again. But now he also pulled off a Mark Martin essentially. But Mark Martin never like had a full like season off and then come back. But he did run part-time a little bit and then eventually ran full-time again, driving for Engine Motorsports. So he kind of pulled off a lot of different people there. But this was totally not expected. And I didn't think that Matt Kenseth would actually end up having this situation like come to present itself. And I don't even think he said he didn't think it was to happen. I just can't believe it. But he's definitely going to be helpful for that team, especially a veteran presence. And they had that already with Kurt Busch, and now like those two work together. They worked together. They were teammates at Roush Family Racing back when it was Roush Racing from 2001 to 2005 over there. And they won championships back-to-back years. Kenseth won it in 03 and Busch in 04 driving for Jack Roush then. And when it was then the Winston Cup Series and then the Nextel Cup Series a year after when Busch won it. But still though, they're definitely going to be able to work well together because they've done it before. But still, I can't believe it. But now that 42 car should definitely be expected to compete for a lot of wins now. When you have a driver with experience like Kenseth, he definitely gets the most out of his equipment. Look what he did with that 6 car, which was absolutely garbage before he returned to the organization. And look what he did there. He had a lot of... He made that car run a lot better than what it was before. He even had a top 10 at the end of the season, too. So, good for him to get this opportunity, but I still can't believe it. I guess it tells you he got the bug, but now... He was supposed to be a candidate for the Hall of Fame, the next 2022 Hall of Fame class, but instead, he'll have to delay it at least another year as a result of this, due to him now racing again. So, but he's definitely got a good shot, and he's excited to drive a Chevy again. Good for him. He did race a Chevy a little bit in the Busch Series as well. I think his first win in that series when he beat Tony Stewart. He ended up winning that race. Like close finish at Rockingham, that North Carolina Speedway. I also did a video once already about Matt Kenseth's comeback in 2018 when he came back to drive for Roush Family Racing then. And I did a video about that, and I'll leave that link to that video in the description if you want to check out that one. But I can't believe he did it again. Like I said, he put off a Michael Jordan and Brett Favre. Who else would retire like that, like I said, and come back? Amazing. But he's definitely going to improve that 42. That 42 hasn't been... I mean, Larson helped that team a lot. I mean, he had talent, but the veteran presence who's been there before, he's won a championship, won a Daytona 500. He's done everything he can in the sport, and Rookie of the Year as well. And the fact is now he's going to really help this team. And good move out of Ganassi. I understand why they didn't want to rush Ross Chastain because they don't want him to. They wanted to still continue to develop an Xfinity Series, but he'll definitely take over that 42 at some point. I just didn't think it would be. I thought it would be now, but I guess they didn't want to rush him. They wanted to focus on the Xfinity Series, and that totally makes sense as a result. So good for Kenseth to do this, and shout out to Chip Ganassi for finding a guy to try to repair that team's image. I mean, the sponsors, like, they didn't want to stay with you know who because of the situation, but now I wonder like if the sponsors will sponsor Kenseth. I'm sure they will. But will Kenseth bring other sponsors as well? He could. He did that when he returned with the 6 car. He brought in sponsors there too. So we'll see about that. But definitely he's going to... I saw NASCAR say that he probably will take over for the rest of the season. But would he though? Would Kenseth want to commit to the rest of the season though? I mean, when he returned to the 6 car, people thought he would come back full-time then. But he didn't though. He just raced part-time, then he retired. And I thought he was done then. But now... He came back here, so we'll see what he does, and definitely shout out to Kenseth for doing this, and he didn't have to do this. I mean, there were other guys they could have went with, but Carl Edwards, he's not going to come back. He's done. He's committed to being retired, so I thought Kenseth was as well, but I don't know if he's the long-term solution, though. I don't think he isn't. I mean, but Chastain, though, he's definitely their future, and we'll see who's going to end up being in that car. We'll see if he'll end up filling the whole season. Some people thought even Jamie McMurray would take over as well. But McMurray's retired. He's with Fox now. I think he has a lot of commitments with that, so I'm not sure he even want to get back in the car. But Kenseth, though, I'm surprised. Like I said, I just can't believe it. I'm stunned. I don't really have a lot of work. I just can't believe it. Just the fact that he even did this. But now that he's doing it, let's see if he can actually be competitive. Like, he hasn't raced in a full year. He last raced in 2018, like I said. So we'll see how competitive he is. I mean, he's a champion. He's done everything you can in the sport, like I said. So kudos to him for doing this, and let's see if he can make Chip Ganassi look good. But do you think I mean, he could probably win a race or two. I don't think he's going to win a championship. That's taking it too far. I'd be stunned if he even gets that far. But we'll see what happens, though. I mean, good for Kenseth, like I said, and him and Kurt Busch, they're definitely going to work well together. I mean, they did it at Rouse, so they got a better organization. So I understood why Ganassi didn't want to go with Chastain, didn't want to put pressure on him, and didn't want to feel like he's rushed. So, but good for him there. So definitely shocking to this. I don't know. I think I was more shocked with this than I was in 2018 because I understood why he went back to a Ford, because he had a connection with Ford, because he drove with Roush his whole career before going to Joe Gibbs. But I didn't even know he had much connection with Chevy. But I knew that he had that in the Busch Series, like Xfinity Series now, that he did race a little bit Chevy there for Robbie Reiser, who was his crew chief, and older, and at that time. But other than that, I didn't even know he raced a Chevy Camaro in 1988. So it's true, he learns how they do every day. So, but he's excited. So it's just going to be weird seeing him drive a Chevy. Especially, like, most of the time I've seen him, like, he's driven Ford and then later Toyota. So it's going to be weird at first, just seeing him with the different colors and everything, rocking those 42 colors. It's just going to be weird. Because when you think of Kenseth, you think of him as the 17, mostly, in the 20 a little bit too, but mostly the 17 because that's where he had his success, most of his success, winning the championships, his championship in 2003, when he won that one race that year. But I just can't believe he did this. But now that he's done it, so we'll see. But he's hoping to get back on the track soon. Hopefully, like, the situation gets better and then he'll be back, like, they'll open the back soon. I mean, there's talk that maybe they'll be back around May, like middle of May. Like, they're trying to go back to tracks like Darlington before, or even Charlotte. They want to stay in the local area, so we'll see what happens with that. But good for Kenseth to do this, and shout out to him, and shout out to Chip Ganassi for doing this and trying to get the best guy possible for the 42 that they can in the situation. So good for them. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like. If you are brand new, subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Gordon took Michael by surprise. He got down under going in the turn there. Matter of fact, he's all the way down on the yellow line. Michael tried to give him room, and when he moved up, right there, he got into the side of Mike Wallace and took it and turned him around.
And it's a miracle that really